We have another breaking update coming in. As far as Donald Trump is concerned, today is day 16 of the war and the bombing continues. Strait of Hormuz is blocked and several oil tankers are currently stuck there. Now, in that backdrop, days after US President Donald Trump said that Navy would escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz as soon as possible, he has now taken a U-turn. He has said that the countries like China, France, Japan and UK who rely on Gulf oil must help keep the Strait of Hormuz open. He also urged other nations to send ships to help secure the Strait of Hormuz, saying that it should be a joint effort by the country. Most importantly, for the first time, he has admitted to Iran's threat. He has said, and I quote, Iran's military capability was 100% destroyed, but it was easy for Iran to send a drone or two, drop a mine or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated that they are. So that's, in fact, a U-turn that Donald Trump has taken as far as Strait of Hormuz is concerned. Just earlier, he had said that a U.S. Navy would be escorting the oil tankers, but now he's saying that all the countries whose oil tankers are stuck there, they should come in and this should be a joint effort. On that, I may once again bring in my colleague Srinjoy. Srinjoy, this is clearly a U-turn by Donald Trump. He had earlier said very soon US Navy would escort the oil tankers, and now asking other countries to come together in the Strait of Hormuz, also calling in China as far as help in Strait of Hormuz is concerned.
Yes, this is Trumpism, because initially he had said that the U.S. Navy may, he didn't say will, but may escort tankers which are stuck. Now, why are the tankers stuck? Because there are three things here. The Iranian Navy or the Iranian government may or may not have mined the Straits of Hormuz. It's not clear. The Americans are not sure. So if they have, there is a possibility of a tanker hitting a mine and blowing up, which is why President Trump has said that he will use minesweepers and he will demine the place. That was the first thing. But after that, though the Iranian Navy, he says, has been sunk, the Iranian Air Force doesn't exist anymore. Nevertheless, the Iranians have missiles or anti-ship missiles, and the Iranians have drones. Now, if any drone hits a tanker full of fuel, then it's a clear problem. Now, you need escorts. If you need escorts, the American Navy is there. There are two large carrier groups, the Abraham Lincoln and the Gerald Ford. But even then, it's not particularly easy, which is why the Americans haven't gone ahead and done it, because they are targets themselves. Once it's a small matter of one drone hitting either an oil tanker or a warship. Now, that apart, he feels that other countries should take this responsibility. It's a difficult task. So he says China or Japan or Britain or France should also be involved in protecting tankers. Now, how China will look at it, we don't know as yet.
Absolutely. Shyam, with us, let me take our viewers through what Donald Trump has said as far as Strait of Hormuz is concerned. Just a while back, he said that the United States of America has beaten and completely decimated Iran, both militarily, economically, and in any other way. But the countries of the world that receive oil through Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage, and will help a lot. The U.S. will also coordinate with those countries so that everything goes quickly, smoothly, and well. This should have always been a team effort. Now, that's a very important point that he's made, and now it will bring the world together towards harmony, security and everlasting peace. President Donald Trump. So Srinjoy, he's saying that this should have always been a team effort. In fact, he has also said that countries like China, France, Japan and UK who rely on Gulf oil must keep it open and safe as well. Do we have anything on what these countries are saying? Because he's asking help from China. China, which as per the reports has also been helping Iran as far as the war is concerned. He's asking for help from France, Japan and UK as well. What do they have to say on this?
Well, so far, they have to react to President Trump. But the reaction has come from Iran. And you will hear the foreign minister of Iran saying, look, what is America becoming? Because here they are going to other countries and saying, please help us to keep the Straits of Hormuz open. So even if President Trump wanted help from these countries, it may have been a good idea to ask them quietly, privately, that, look, can you help? And importantly, the Chinese are also close to Iran. The Chinese buy a lot of Iranian crude oil. Now the question is, will the Chinese get involved in something that is so American, and in a war that it has condemned, and in a war that it has spoken out against? So all of these things are there. So how the Straits of Hormuz situation works out remains to be seen.
All right, so it remains to be seen whether China will come in and help US as far as Strait of Hormuz is concerned. But most importantly, for the first time, Trump has admitted to Iran's threat. He has said, and I quote, that Iran's military capability was 100% destroyed, but it was easy for Tehran to send a drone or to drop a mine or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated that they are. So he has accepted to the threat by Iran. But let me take you through another social media post of Donald Trump related to Strait of Hormuz, in which he's saying that many countries, especially those who are affected by Iran's attempted closure of the Strait of Hormuz, will be sending warships in conjunction with the United States of America to keep the strait open and safe. We've already destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability, but it's easy for them to send a drone or to drop a mine or deliver a close-range missile somewhere along or in this waterway, no matter how badly defeated they are. Hopefully, China, France, Japan, South Korea, UK and others that are affected by the artificial constraints will send ships to the area so that the Hormuz Strait will no longer be a threat by a nation that has totally been decapitated. In this meantime, the US will be bombing the hell out of the shoreline and continually shooting Iranian boats and ships out of the water. One way or the other, we will soon get the Hormuz Strait open. So that's a big claim he has made, inviting countries like China, France, Japan, South Korea, UK and others to come together and in fact help the stranded oil tankers pass through the Strait of Hormuz that US is saying has been blocked by Iran, and several of the oil tankers are currently stuck there. But today is day 16 of the war and the bombing continues. The Strait of Hormuz is currently blocked. Donald Trump has been making statement that he wants the help of other countries to come together. It should be a shared responsibility and clear up that area. Now, on that, the foreign minister of Iran has also put out a post and he has mocked Donald Trump. Let me tell you what he said. Touted U.S. security umbrella has proven to be full of holes and inviting rather than deterring trouble. U.S. is now begging others, even China, to help it make Hormuz safe. So in a way, mocking U.S., saying that it is now begging others, including China, and as we told you, France, UK and others as well. Iran calls on the neighbors to expel the foreign aggressor, especially as their own concern is Israel. So US has made a claim, and on the other hand, now we can see Iran has also made a claim to the neighbors to expel the foreign aggressors as far as the country is concerned.